Squats are often called the king of the lower body exercises, but what if I told you there's a king of the upper body too? That exercise is called the dip. Today I'm going to explain why dips are hands down the best upper body exercise, better than bench press, better than push-ups. So make sure you stick around, because by the end of this video you will know exactly why the dip should be a permanent staple in your training routine. Alright, so first, what exactly is the dip? At their core, dips are a bodyweight pushing exercise. You grab onto parallel bars and then you lower your body until your shoulders are below your elbows, and then you press yourself back up. Sounds simple, but don't let that fool you. Dips are a powerhouse. They're what we call a compound movement, meaning they work several muscle groups at once: your chest, your shoulders, your triceps, and even your core. It's not an isolation movement like tricep pushdowns, it's a full upper body attack. So why are the dips so effective? Let's break it down. Number one, they're compound. Just like squats work multiple muscle groups in your legs, dips hit multiple muscles in your upper body at the same time. Efficiency at its best. Number two, range of motion. With a bench press, the bar stops when it hits your chest, but with dips you can go even further, even deeper, getting a full stretch on the chest and triceps. That deeper stretch is a massive driver of muscle growth when done safely. Number three, scalability. You can start with body weight, then add a weight plate, chains, or even a weighted vest to keep progressing. The dips have a high loading potential, and if you don't believe me, check out the top dippers in street lifting. They're doing over 150 kilos. Most people can't even bench that, so to do it on the dips is insane. That's how crazy the loading potential the dip has. On the flip side, if you're just starting out, you can use resistance bands or the assisted dip machines, and also a box or a bench to do assisted dips as well. Number four, it's versatile. As stated before, you can use a bench and add weights, but you can also use rings and do different variations. You can do assisted dips, regular dips, and weighted ring dips. And to spice things up, you can do RTO dips, which really stretch your chest and activate the biceps. And then you can move on to Bulgarian ring dips, which will target your chest and activate your side delts. If you want to focus more on triceps, you can make sure your body is upright or slightly leaning backwards. This will destroy the lateral head of your tricep. So there are many muscles that the dips can target at your will. Number five, it's stability. Unlike lying on the bench, you have to control your body through space. Your shoulders, elbows, and core have to stabilize every rep, building joint resilience and balance. And finally, it's functional strength. Dips carry over to other pressing movements like the bench press, overhead press, and push-ups, and even rural pushing strength, whether that's in sports, combat, or just life. Think about it like this: if you're very strong at the weighted dips, you'll be pretty decent when it comes to the bench press. Now your numbers won't be at a powerlifter type level, but your numbers will be pretty decent compared to the average person who does bench press. Now if you flip it the other way around, if you're very strong at the bench press, it will not carry over to the weighted dips. You'll be pretty much starting at beginner level, or maybe at a basic level in terms of just the body weight movement, and then you have to slowly add weight. But when it comes to the dips, it will carry over to the bench press. Now the dips versus the bench press. Alright, let's address the big question: dips versus the bench press. The bench press is iconic. It's a staple of powerlifting and bodybuilding. And yeah, it's great for building raw pressing strength, but here's why the dips come out on top. First, range of motion. On the bench, the bar stops at your chest. With dips, you can sink even lower, giving the muscles more stretch and tension. Second, functionality. The bench press is what we call an open chain movement. You're pushing an external weight. Dips are a closed chain movement. You're moving your body through space. Closed chain movements are usually more natural and carry over better to athletic performance. Third is muscle activation. Dips hit the triceps and lower chest harder than the flat bench, but the flat bench does a better job with the upper chest, especially on an incline. But if you want that armor plated chest and horseshoe like triceps, dips are king. And fourth is equipment. For bench, you need a rack, a bench and plates, and ideally a spotter. For dips, just a set of bars, that's it. Now don't get me wrong, the bench press is a very important exercise, especially if you're a powerlifter, because you have no choice but to do it. but for most people, dips provide a more bang for your buck. And for the reasons that I mentioned earlier is the reason why I stopped benching completely. Haven't done a proper flat bench in a good 2 years, and to be honest, I don't regret it at all. So why are dips called the squat of the upper body? Think about what makes the squat so special. They're compound, they recruit tons of muscle, they're scalable, and they build strength that carries over into real life. Dips check all those boxes. They're compound, they hit your chest, shoulders, your triceps, and your core. You can scale them with heavy weight and different variations. They also build pressing strength that transfers into sports and other lifts and your daily life. In other words, squats are the king of the lower body and dips are the king of the upper body. Of course, just like with all exercises, dips also come with their risks if you do them incorrectly. Mistake number 1 is going too deep without shoulder mobility. This can strain your shoulders, so only go as low as you can while staying comfortable. Number 2 is flaring out your elbows. Keep them at a neutral angle, not pinned to your side and not flared out to 90 degrees. Number 3 is bouncing or rushing through reps. Control the movement, own the descent, pause and drive back up. The only way I'll allow you guys to speed up the movement is if you're training for strength and you're trying to maximize the amount of weight you can move. And remember, if you're a beginner, start with the assisted dips or bands and progress from there, even using a box or bench. So no ego lifting, save that for TikTok. So dips are the squat of the upper body, and personally for me, I think the evidence is pretty clear. They build muscle, they build strength, they're scalable and it's functional. And this is the reason why you guys need to be doing your dips. Do not neglect them. Start with body weight, then you can add some weight, move on to the rings. But you guys need to make sure that dips are permanent in your training routine. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like the video, support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.